Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast, and I am one of the hosts today, Michael, joined by Kat.
Hi.
And Kieran.
Meow.
And Kat.
Meow.
For the audio podcast, there's a kitten walking across our table, and theoretically will be for the entire portion of this episode.
Might get slapped around.
Hi to Nia. We've had her for about
She's
2
so
weeks
cute.
now.
Oh, it's starting.
Hey.
Punk.
And, yeah, so there's going to be a kitten on this table for at least a small portion of the time, unless she keeps biting wires, in which case I will move her to a different room. But yeah, so this, I had an idea of what to talk about, and then there's Kat, so, hey, she's walking on the...
Stop.
Aw, I hope that picked up on the mic.
So, yeah, anyway. Oh, please go into your bed. That'll make it even more perfect. I believe in you. Oh, alright, fine. Anyway.
Really thinking about jumping.
Me. On a daily basis.
It's always worth it. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to the podcast. And we don't have a topic. We never do. So
Yep.
we could talk about cats, I guess.
Suggested.
Thematically appropriate. Yeah.
Okay.
You were saying earlier about your cat that so there was a point, I don't know if we ever talked about it in the podcast, but there was a point, so one of Kat's cats at one point went like missing, quote unquote. And so you were in Florida, right?
Yep. I was at Universal. Yeah, I was at Universal, and I think it was like literally my second day. Like I was there for like half of a day, so we didn't go to the park, and it was like my first day at the park. I've never been to Universal before, and maybe it was my second day. I don't know. I can't remember, but I was there, and then the people, my friend and my boyfriend who were feeding my cats, they both said that because I have 3 cats, said that they didn't see Miku, and they she's just gonna run back and forth, that they haven't seen her at all. And so I was worrisome, and this was also in winter, so it was like snowing, and there was literally like a winter storm that was gonna happen. And so we were worried that she got out while we were like leaving, because I didn't see her right before I left. Like I saw her while I was still packing, because I always pack last minute. So while I was packing, like before we were supposed to leave, and then while we were taking the bags out, we thought maybe that's when she got out. But everybody was like, no, like I can't find her anywhere. I've looked under. They like tore apart the house, couldn't find her at all. So I was absolutely convinced that she was gone. I was like, okay, she's literally gone. She's outside. And Miku is a cat that I found at a mall in the like garbage or underneath, and I wouldn't say she's like completely skittish, but like she doesn't like as many people like right off the bat, so she'll kind of hide. So I thought, because they already tried going outside and like calling for her, shaking treats, like anything, and she wouldn't come. So I thought like the only person she's gonna come out for is me. So I decided to get on a flight and come home to look for her, because there was a storm, and I was like, if I don't find her now, I'm never gonna find her, and that's it.
To
So
which I got a text being like, hey, I'm going to be at LaGuardia at like 2 a.m. Can you come pick me up? And I was like,
I don't think it was 2 a.m.
No,
I think it was like midnight.
It was
Yeah.
midnight.
Yeah.
It felt like it was 2 a.m. And I was like, yeah, I guess. Sure. And so you were like, all right, cool. I need to find my cat that's missing.
No, she's doing it. Don't. No.
Yep.
She's gone.
She goes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just like, I was on, because I was in the Universal Park FaceTiming with Ryan because I was trying to like call to her to see if like maybe my voice through the phone would get her to come out or whatever. And none of that worked. And we were on the phone for like a half hour while my family is like riding rides. Like they're having a great time and I'm like fucking freaking out.
Cat's
And
having a crying in Universal.
yeah. And so then they were like, well, there's nothing we can do. So let's go on the Minions ride. And so I was online, the Minions ride. And I was debating. I was like, should I buy a ticket and go home, like to try and find her and then come back? Like I wasn't just going to stay there the whole time because my thoughts were I'll either find her while I'm home or not, and there's not really, you know, an in between. Like if I don't find her that day, like I'm not gonna find her. So I was debating doing that, and my cousin's wife made a comment. I think she made a comment about how she was like probably dead or something, and I just started bawling my eyes out. And I was like, I have to go home. I have to fly home to like look for her, and.
What a great person. Hey, your cat that's
No,
she's
wait,
probably
wait.
dead.
But she did redeem herself because she used her miles for me to go home. So
She was the one that forced you to go home.
she didn't force me to go home. I was looking up
you were
flights.
in the brain space, and then she forced your
I
hand.
was looking up flights. Like I was already looking it up, and then she was like, "Why don't you use my miles? Like I have a ton, you know, do that." And then so they, you know, booked me a flight that was like in an hour. Like it was basically that I shouldn't have even made this flight. I'm like running through Universal again. Never been here
Yeah,
before.
I forgot. You messaged me. You might have to pick
Yeah.
because you were like, I don't know if I'll make the flight.
But I was literally just but she's sad. So then I'm running through Universal, don't know where I'm going, how to get out. I can't find the exit. I ran the complete opposite side of the park. So I was in like, so basically the Minions ride is by the exit, and I ran the complete opposite way. So I had to run all the way back to where I was because somebody had given me wrong directions. Like they told me it was that way, and it was in fact not that way. Maybe there's an exit that goes, because you know how Universal has the two parks that are like, okay, do you know?
Yes.
Okay, so there's two parks. So maybe there's like an exit that like goes over there or something, and maybe they were telling me that they weren't understanding like the exit. I don't know, whatever. But so I was sprinting, and I'm not a very athletic person at all, so it was definitely rough. And then, she's so cute. I decided, because also, you know, it's hot in Florida, and then it was like 5 degrees here.
Sure was. It was fucking freezing.
Yeah. And well, because there was like an ice storm, so it was really rough. And so, you know, I'm wearing like a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm just like, should I get a coat? And I actually didn't bring a coat. All I had was a sweatshirt because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in Florida, so why would I need this coat? So when I went back to our hotel, I took my mom's coat, and I just went, and yeah, then Mikey had to pick me up so that I could look for her.
And it helped her look for the cat.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know.
Fucking freezing.
Yeah, it was like a half hour. We were just
1
walking around.
I stayed home under a blanket, all
walking
warm
around
and
the
snuggly.
neighborhood. And
Just cat yelling, Miku, Miku, as we walked around the
what am I
neighborhood.
supposed to do?
Cry some more. Maybe that'll work.
Well,
And then the kicker of the story is we get back to Kat's house, and she goes, all right, well, I'm going to go to bed and get back on a flight at 6 a.m. And I was like, all right, cool. Sorry you didn't find your cat. And then, like, 2 hours later, at like 4
I
a.m.
don't even think it was that long.
It felt like it was, because I was in bed for like a while. I probably
Because after you left,
Yeah,
I
find the
walked
text.
around my house with my other cats still calling out to Miku. And then I was like, maybe, because usually my cats come out to, like, my voice. So, like, when I come upstairs and I start talking to my family, usually the cats will just come into the room. And we always talk about how that's a thing, that they hear my voice and they come. And so then I just decided to talk out loud like a crazy person to my cats and to see if she would just come out, like if I could do that. And she didn't. I finally give up. I think that was like another half hour. So I looked for like an hour and I, cry some more. And then I'm like, okay, I got to go to bed because I have my flight soon to go back. And I'm laying there and I had just fallen asleep. And all of a sudden I feel a cat climb on top of me. But this was, I feel like she was probably only like 8 months old. So she was smaller. So, my eyes are closed and I go to pet the cat and I'm like, this isn't my adult cats. And I shine my flashlight and it's Miku. So she was hiding in the ceiling.
During the
February
winter
6th,
freeze,
found
That's
it.
when it was.
You messaged me. All right, so I was a little off on my timeline. You messaged me at 1:56 yelling, Mike, she's here. And then just a bunch of texts of, like, yelling about how she was here the whole time. And my response was, great. I'm going to bed.
Yep.
when I worked at the news station, at a coworker, actually it was Cora, Cora, but she has a cat, I should say, and so it's like, last year winter freeze was happening, a lot of Texans were dying. Fuck Greg Abbott. And she came into work one day just bawling her eyes out because her cat got out the night before it froze over. And she was freaking out. We're like, he's probably fine. He's probably in the house somewhere or nearby. And our meteorologist was like, no, that cat's dead. We're like, what the fuck? Because they hit like single digits in Texas, in central Texas, which never happens.
Okay.
Yeah. He showed up like 3 weeks after that. Yeah, he was gone for 3 weeks. She had already resigned to the fact that he was dead.
Yeah.
And
that's horrifying.
And he just walked on up and like, what the fuck?
He probably, because that's what they were saying about Miku, was because it was also like an ice storm and everything froze over already, that they were probably saying if she got out like a day and a half prior, she probably found somewhere to like burrow, somewhere like warm, and she was going to stay there until it, wasn't
Warmed
as
up.
cold. Exactly. So I assume that's what that cat probably did.
Yeah, more
and
than
then
likely.
found his way home.
Yeah, I don't. All my cats were like indoor, outdoor cats.
Don't attack
so,
Miku.
No.
No.
Sometimes like Mr. Man just like wouldn't come back for a night or two, and then just show up another later with usually more scars. Because Mr. Man used to fight a lot of people.
Yeah.
Or a lot of animals.
No, people.
Yeah. And win. There's a lot of dead bodies due to our cat. Just so many
Jesus
dead
Christ.
people. Our cat was a serial murderer. But no, so I was
that's
like-
just encouraging her.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Don't look at Miku.
don't look at me.
I accidentally touched it. I wasn't trying to get your attention.
Hey, that was my gift to you. You're just gonna let her destroy it?
He sure is. Boop.
But yeah, so like I'm used to cats just like not being around, but also with her, with Nia, like I am not like I'm not gonna let her go outside, so
Yeah.
she's just gonna be an indoor cat.
I feel
Although
like
that
you
also
shouldn't
means
let-
if she does get outside, she's fucked.
But I feel like because you're like crafty, you could make her like a catio.
Hate that word.
Well,
Well, she's already done it once, so.
No, don't do it. She did it. It's just such a big thump.
Big thump for such a small cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
She.
Never had.
It depends. Like, sometimes she'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Other times she'll be like, "No, person, come. I'm scared." Like a lot of times, when I like leave my room, because I keep her in my room during the day, because I don't let her like walk around the house just free.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of fucking wires around and whatnot, and she could get like
Yes.
under a lot of stuff and whatnot. So, she stays in my room during the day, and then at night, like when me and Kieran are downstairs chilling, she chills down there. But like if I go to like make lunch or something or whatever and like leave for a minute, she'll like sometimes she'll like cry for the beginning and then she'll be fine.
So like babies.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, Kitten is like a baby.
yeah.
Never would have guessed
But-
that one.
But
Self-soothing.
also like what happens a lot is if I'm gone for a long enough amount of time and then I walk into my room, she'll like come out from my bed wherever she's sleeping, and then she'll just like keep attacking my feet. So like anytime I try to walk away, she'll just grab my feet and be like, "No," I'm like.
That's cute.
So she might just be attacking my feet, but I like to
She
think that
is.
she's absolutely just being like, "No, don't leave me."
She is, because she also attacks my feet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
She's
but
got a foot fetish.
she does
Yeah.
have a foot fetish.
apparently,
And we will shame her for that.
hey man, whatever she finds entertaining. I
Not
guess.
in our house.
Yeah, this is the Lord's house.
Yeah, the Lord's house. The singer.
Yeah, with knee at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of house, I just saw Harry Styles yesterday. His Harry's house. They put up.
Oh yeah,
Really?
I
he
gotta
spit
remember
on Chris Pine.
I really thought
Apparently,
she was going to go to House MD for some reason.
so was I.
I
Absolutely,
was like,
thought
there's
that
no
too.
way that's what she was doing. But
No.
I was really not expecting Harry Styles.
I love
Well,
House. House is a great show.
Because
Quite a few of those guys that we work with at CBS worked on that Harry Styles concert
Really?
recently.
Hmm.
Yeah.
that.
They put
Crazy.
up a flag for him, like that stays there in MSG
For what?
for selling out and playing 15 consecutive shows.
MSG.
Oh,
A
so they
flavor
made
enhancer?
it. So
Yes.
instead of like the home of Billy Joel, it's Harry's house. Now fuck off.
No,
Billy
no.
Joel owns that shit more
Well,
than he does.
I think it was just called like that because that was what his album was called.
Oh.
Like, so I think I don't
Gotcha.
think that's it. But besides sports players, Billy Joel's the only other, sign that I saw up there, and now Harry's up
Well, because
there.
Billy Joel has done like every week he'll do a show
Yeah,
for
it was
like
like-
5 years consecutively.
Yeah, it was like
I think
89,
it's longer
and it
than
was
that,
like
actually.
the most
Yeah, like
shows.
Elvis.
Yeah.
And then he had a different one for like the most shows in Lifetime or something.
Yeah, he literally all he does now is every week he has a show. I don't actually think it's every week, but whatever. Every time
Often.
he has a show very often, and he just from his house in Long Island flies a helicopter over to MSG, lands at the roof of MSG, walks down, does his concert, goes into his helicopter, flies
Sings
back
his
to his
little
house, and then
ditties.
goes to bed. like,
Sings his little ditties
Yeah.
and goes home.
and honestly, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Man, the amount of money that man's probably making, he just has
Yeah.
to do a show for like 2 hours, get back on a helicopter,
Yeah, literally,
fly back
just
home.
leave.
Like,
Realistically, he probably doesn't even have to do that
oh no, but he,
to even just continue to live his
Oh, yeah.
normal lifestyle.
yeah, but like also it's like a 20-minute commute. Then you play for 2 hours, and then you leave and go 20
Everything's
minutes
a
back to your
20-minute
house.
commute by
Helicopter, exactly. Like, why not just keep doing it?
I don't know.
Guess so.
How much is a 20? Oh, let's be honest. It's a 40-minute commute.
Right.
This is there and back. How much is that in helicopter fuel? That's what I want to know.
Don't know anything about
Who knows?
helicopters.
Expensive.
It's probably not in comparison to what he makes.
Yeah.
Probably not as expensive as it is at West Point, where my tax dollars are
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, your tax dollars pay for all those.
Yeah,
all that
tax
gas
dollars
bill.
pay for all the goddamn helicopters that fly over every fucking football game.
Yeah, and then the helicopter that flies up for the parachuters.
For the fucking
and-
parachuters. It's not that special if you do it every game.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool.
It was cool the first time.
It's kind of always cool.
It was cool the first time. You do it at the beginning of the season, and you do it against like Navy.
Because like that,
and then the rest of the time is just a normal ass.
because like the squad leader has like fucking almost like 20,000 jumps,
yeah,
which is
he
awesome.
has 17,000.
Yeah, yeah.
673 or something like that.
I talk about. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast, but I have a theory about the jumpers for that. So like, if
Every day they hope the parachute doesn't open.
no, so because obviously they are
Such a
they are
horrible
trained
death.
for specific things, right? But part of that class has to be if everything fails shoot wise, you have to just go away from the field, right?
So you
As
don't die
best
in
as
front
you
of
can.
everybody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like that has to be it's
also,
like taught at some point.
If that happens, no,
Yeah.
I'm traumatizing everyone.
I think
there.
I would too. Like, I think if I'm gonna die, y'all have to see it. I was
Like,
doing
no, I'm
this
not-
for your
I'm not gonna-
entertainment.
I'm not gonna die in the
happening.
street
Yeah.
next to Mikey Stadium. I'm gonna die in the middle of my. I'm aiming for the fucking Black Knight logo.
Well, because they pull
Because
their
then
they
maybe
pull their
they'll like
shoots
hang
so
something
soon.
in your honor there.
But they pull their shoot so soon that I feel like it's enough distance for them to like try to like I don't know get to the fucking like river or whatever. But like obviously there's like plan A, which is if it doesn't open, you go to the reserve shoot. Plan B would be like if that doesn't work, then like one of the other jumpers gets down to you, hooks up, and then you're good.
Are they communicating with each other? Like,
Yeah, I think they have
headsets.
headsets. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm sure that like plan B is then another jumper goes and hooks up and then you both go.
Can you
But
make that in time?
I'm sure one you sprawl out, one dives, you catch up, and then you just hook into each other's harnesses. They're military paratroopers. I'm sure they're trained to
Well,
do that
yeah,
stuff.
but I'm just curious, like you said, how extensive this training is and what they tell them
I
if
have to
things
assume.
goes wrong. Yeah.
But then if everything else fails, I have to assume part of the training is just go away. Like
just
go
go
away.
Like-
just go die back there, not here. Don't ruin the game for
No.
everybody.
Main shoot didn't work. Reserve shoot
Yeah.
didn't work. The reserve didn't work. You're literally the last one, so no one's catching up to you.
yeah, or you
There's-
can't catch up to someone else.
No, there's got to be someone up there just in case you don't think.
No, what probably happens is they aim for somebody else. They aim for the lower ones because then they just grab on.
I was thinking of someone in the bleachers.
Just dive bomb the
That
bleachers.
motherfucker.
Oh my
Just
God.
standing there like ready to catch him.
Yeah.
It's like the ripped dude.
Yeah,
that
the rip dude is like the flex cam. He was huge.
he just
God
plants
damn.
himself and he's like, I got this.
Yeah, there were a couple obviously because they're all in the military. Like they're all
At least fit.
definitely fit.
Mm-hmm.
There are quite a few people that are lean.
Yeah.
Like they don't look like they're muscled, but
Like even the
they're
linemen.
lean and they're
Yeah.
all
Like even
muscle.
the linemen aren't heavy. They
Yeah.
are just big dudes.
Okay.
One of them was just tall.
Yeah.
he was like 6'7".
Like wasn't even that big.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He didn't look that big, but if he was like average height, he would have been ripped.
Yeah.
But it's like one dude that was eating nachos, as you were saying,
Yeah.
and you're like, "What is this guy doing?" And he go, "Bam!" and
Yeah.
it's just like
Literally,
huge muscles.
just like
and we're
eating
"Damn."
like liquid cheese nachos, and he's just
Yeah.
like eating it, and he looked like I think he was wearing glasses. Like he looked like
Yeah.
kind of like a dude that would be in like statistics for army, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And then like he's just eating these, and like the cameraman was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get this dude fucking chowing down on some nachos," and then the dude looked up, saw he was on it, and just went. Bam! And just like ripped, and
Yeah.
then just kept eating the nachos. I was
Everybody,
like, "Damn,
everybody was
dude."
like, "Yeah!" And then it goes to this other guy. He was just wearing a T-shirt, and you could tell, like, he wasn't even flexing, and his arms already looked like pythons. And he flexed, and everyone goes, "Whoa!"
Literally, everyone in the crowd went, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it wasn't even cheering. It was just, "Whoa!" Like, that dude's huge.
So yeah, like.
Also statistics.
Yeah, he's also just like he's just into statistics. He's
Yeah.
a backline dude. Like
He's a coder.
yeah, and they flaunt that freaking saying. There's some like admiral or general or whatever in World War II was like, if I want someone for a secret ops mission or a suicide mission or something like that, you get a West Point football player, and it's like a plaque, and they all like touch it as they go out, and it's like. Yeah, sure, I guess.
Is that honor?
I mean, I'm sure to some extent.
West Point football players, because they hate themselves.
like
Because they suck.
Because none
they
of
suck so much.
Well, yeah. So because none of the like the sports teams at West Point are particularly like amazing, and obviously it's because they don't. They're training more than they are doing sports.
Yeah.
So like, if you're trying to make a football career, you're not going to fucking West Point, like,
no.
or a soccer career or whatever, because you still have to serve afterwards. So like, so they're not like a great team. They are D1 because they
Rugby's
are
good.
funded, but yeah.
Rugby's great.
But like,
I think there's quite a few of them that have like contracts that they serve for only like 2 years.
yeah, they
and
did.
then they can leave.
That is a recent thing that
Yeah.
now if you can get drafted by a team, then you only have to do 2 years.
2 years is still a long time.
Not really.
I mean, comparably,
Well,
no,
because
but
it's
like
2 years, and I believe you still get the benefits of retiring after 20,
Which
But-
is
fantastic.
isn't it with sports that like
It's
you're-
stupid.
your prime time is fleeting?
that's the
quickly?
point. That's the issue. Is like you still have to serve.
Yeah.
So, you
But
know,
what,
a team
like-
might not be as interested in 2 years or whatever. Like, I'm sure.
Yeah,
that
like are you still
I'm
gonna
sure that
get
there's-
it?
A lot can happen in 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's something that they like set up in terms of like, because they have to get drafted for that thing to go through. So I assume that there is something like in a contract that says
I'm
we will take you
surprised-
after 2 years.
I'm surprised they can't do the opposite. Go do the sport first, but have a contract that they have to
If
serve.
they get injured in the sport,
That's true. I
then
guess.
they can't serve, and what's the point?
I guess so.
Although there's an overpopulation of military right now, so
I mean, yeah,
I think
but-
we can ignore that.
Yeah, but I'm sure that like they would think about it more as they need you to serve.
I'm
Before
sure
anything
there's
else.
going to be an upsurge in Air Force.
After Maverick.
Yeah,
The
again.
like one of the like best selling movies of all time
Again.
now. That movie's fucking great.
Is it really?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it one of the top?
Oh yeah. It's I think it's in top 10.
Hmm.
I can look real quick. Because I don't
like
have my
it.
computer. That movie was great.
I just don't like military propaganda.
If Tom Cruise is in things, I'll at least accept it.
No.
Top Gun.
Kat, your
Maverick.
thoughts on propaganda?
Nothing to say. I'm good.
But yeah. So. Oh right. So technically, we were well, like what's obviously I lost my train of thought. Sorry. What have you been watching any anime recently?
Yeah, only like 46 of them.
Yeah, it makes me
Oh.
upset every time.
What am I currently watching?
I'm watching part-time Devil's Part-Timer season 2, and technically
There's a
Overlord
baby in
4.
it. I keep just seeing the
Yeah, they have a
like.
child thing.
Technically, we're
Interesting.
also watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Oh yeah, right.
I
We
heard
haven't
that's
fin-
good.
Yeah, we're
Ryan
like
likes that.
yeah, we're 3 episodes.
I think we're 3 episodes.
3
in.
episodes in.
And apparently, it gets really sad, and a lot of people cried.
Yeah, apparently. But it was great because I mean it's also a Trigger anime, so it looks gorgeous. Trigger knows what they're doing, man. Like they so it's number 11 in top grossing movies, by the way.
Trash. Not even
Uh,
top 10.
I thought it was.
Trash movie.
But
I'm down to 40 entries right now, actually.
I still hate it.
So I
Still hate
watched
it.
some.
I'm with you. I'd do that too.
What am I watching right now?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty low on. Like then again, October is also about to have a bunch of fucking shows. We're gonna get My Hero season 6,
Don't care.
Mob Psycho season 3. We're losing the voice actor of Mob.
Don't care. There's so many
why?
horror movies coming out.
Because he is in the voice actor union, and they don't want to work with the union, and so he was
Oh.
like, so apparently, so he, from what I heard, it's he's in the union. He was like, do you think we can make this a union show, like for the benefits, you know? And they were like, no, and he was like, all right, well that kind of sucks. But he was like, that's whatever, I guess. But then he came back and was like, I will do this show non-union if you at least try to sit down with the union reps and see if you can make a deal. He laid out like the message and stuff, but it was like, it wasn't you have to make a deal, you have to do any of this. It was
I'm
just,
assuming this is the English voice actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
it was just just sit down and talk and see if you can maybe strike a deal that would work for both parties. And if not, oh well, but I'll still do the show as long as you agree to at least meet. And they were like, anyway, we're recasting Mob.
That's so fucked.
So, yeah, so he said he was like, I don't know if anyone else is going to change. He was like, I'm not holding it against anybody. You got to do what you got to do for money. Like, if my coworkers need it, like, I'm not going to be like, how dare you? Like, take the roles you're given.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, but, I am a union rep. Like, I need, I'm going to stick with it. So, and they announced that they are going to recast Mob. So,
damn.
Yeah, which is a bummer. But so there's Mob Psycho that's coming out. Spy Family Part 2, Chainsaw Man. Which is gonna be fucking.
Don't care.
rad.
So many horror movies are coming out, and I'm more concerned about those.
Also, technically Bleach, but I've never watched Bleach, so.
Meh.
Oh, and To Your Eternity season 2.
Gross.
That show was alright. I'd watch season 2, I guess. Oh yeah, you were sitting there
I
like
did
watching
not
it with
like
me.
it. It was horrendous.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Horrendous.
Yeah, and then technically like Rent a Girlfriend's coming out right now. I'm done with that show. I don't need to watch that ever
Tekken.
again.
You gave up?
I watched season 1.
No,
But
I'm watching season 2 right now. That's one of the shows
I keep
watching.
hearing stuff about where that story goes. And I'm like,
I heard
just
that
don't care.
too from Ryan, and I was like, well, I want to see it myself. So I'm waiting till it gets there because he also like didn't know the exact information about it. It was like heard from.
What happens.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. But it was like heard from. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it because so far I'm enjoying it. I did hear that it goes to bad places,
Yeah.
but like,
It's a show called Rent a Girlfriend.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
already sounds like it's in a bad place.
No, the first season was actually alright.
I liked season 1.
It was like,
I'm
I
still
haven't
enjoying
watched it, I'm
season
just
2
saying.
so far. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But like as of right now, because right now I think I'm only watching shows that are airing. So a couple of Cuckoos I'm watching.
Are you watching Licorice Recoil? Because I hear nothing but good things.
Yeah, I only watched one episode though.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't started it.
I've been watching regular shows and movies instead of
Mhm.
anime
Gotcha.
recently. So did you watch? I mean, actually, maybe you wouldn't, because it's like a psychological horror show, but it's not actually. It's like a parody kind of thing. The woman in the house across the street from the girl. I
That's
think
what it's called?
I think that's what it's called because it's making fun of.
Not is it a movie?
No, it's a 8-episode show on
Okay.
Netflix.
No, I don't.
It's making fun of the woman in the window and then something across the street.
Oh, I know that there is a movie called I'm the Woman in the House Across the Street. And I hadn't seen that either. But I don't really watch a lot of like TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch movies.
I was just curious. It's not, because I know you're into horror and it's not actually like scary, but I was curious if maybe, because I just saw it like one day and I was like, yeah, I don't have anything to do. And
I mean,
just
Michael and I
decided
are
to watch
kind
it.
of the same in this. We're like, we don't watch horror movies expecting to get scared
Mm-hmm.
because we're fucking 25.
Yeah, but it's not even, it's not even like, I don't know. I feel like it's more like, I guess, psychological, like, than horror. I don't know.
Well, it's the reason why I didn't watch horror movies for like years. Because like there's like movies that he'll be like, that are like iconic horror movies or slashers or whatever. And I was just like, oh yeah, this movie. And I'm like, I've never seen it. He's like, you've never seen, I don't know, like
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
or like Sinister or The Conjuring. And I was like,
Sinister,
Nah.
Sinister and The Conjuring are less
or
classics.
Paranormal
They're just
Activity.
very popular.
Yeah. But like, but just like stuff like that. And I'm like, no, just because they never scared me. So I was like, what the fuck's the point of going
I'm
to
the
a
opposite.
scary
I have
movie?
nightmares and I can't go outside, so I don't watch them.
I think it's one of those things where like
Just watch them with people.
No,
Yeah.
because I'm great and I'll watch the whole movie, but eventually I have to leave those people. And then the thoughts, and then I'm no longer
the
good.
thoughts they enter.
Why don't you just watch like 80s horror movies?
I
Because
know.
they're usually
I've seen
so
very
bad.
few scary movies. I've seen
You should watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
no, because I need to go to sleep.
No, okay.
So, no, thank you.
People say that, but like you should watch.
It's an
Nightmare on Elm
80s
Street.
movie. It's corny.
The whole
No.
thing, the whole thing that they did to make Freddy different from literally all the other like franchises that were happening was they made him a fucking goofball. All he does is fuck around the whole fucking time.
But like,
He just cracks jokes and
At one point, he just like runs down an alley like this.
He has like the whole thing is there's like a foggy alleyway and he's going to go like attack a girl, but they gave him like really long arms, so he just goes and you're like, this is not scary.
Also, it's Johnny Depp's.
It's
like, first
Johnny
movie.
Depp's one of Johnny Depp's first roles.
So
He dies. Spoiler alert.
yeah.
For a movie from
you just told
the
me to
early
watch it,
80s.
and then you have to spoil it.
It's a slasher movie.
Yeah, but people live, so that didn't mean that he
Okay,
wasn't the one
to be
person
fair,
at the end
The
that lives.
virgins live.
Yeah,
and
the
that's it.
virgins live. Johnny Depp fucks.
Sorry, I should have thought about that.
Yeah. But like, so for a while I never went because like so I was saying like when with Banana Fish where I was like the ending didn't make me
Yeah,
like
such
sad.
a horror movie.
Yeah, because like I sometimes I overanalyze for my own good.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I go to a horror movie, I like subconsciously I'm like, all right, expect jump scares, and then I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, nope, there it is. Like there was
The
we went
only
to.
movies that we jump at is because they're too goddamn loud.
I was just about to say, what movie did we go to?
The Invitation.
Yeah, The
which was
Invitation.
a mediocre recreation of Dracula and his wives.
Yeah,
And
which it was
His
that bad, though.
wives?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Dracula fucks.
I
Come
thought
on.
he had
Dracula
one wife.
fucks. No, he has 3.
I didn't know.
Like at all times.
Yeah, but like
So they switch out?
No.
Oh.
Orgies.
So then why say it like that at all times? Then it would just be he has 3
well,
wives.
they're yeah, but they're vampires. So they
Well,
live forever.
if one dies,
then he gets another.
then
one.
he gets another.
Well, that's what. So it gets switched? He
Yes.
has. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
when
I
you
asked.
say get switched, it just sounds like he's like, nah,
Yeah.
Divorce.
not
New
you.
wife.
Yeah, he divorced his
No, he
wife.
sticks with the women until they die.
He's like, I cannot
If they
handle
die.
this anymore, Bridget.
But so
You are a plague on this house.
so we went to see The Invitation, and I jumped like 3 times in that movie, not because it scared me, but because just out of nowhere the volume just spiked, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that's
It's
loud.
just
Was it
so
IMAX?
loud. No.
Oh.
It was one of the like big main theaters. It's like what
okay.
one
You know those
4?
back row theaters, the 1 through 4.
Those
or
are
whatever.
always loud.
They're always so fucking
Always
loud.
I don't see that many movies.
We
You
go
should
to
fix
theaters.
that. We go to theaters all the time.
but we go to horror movies.
I know.
So, like, I would invite you.
I always
Recently,
see your-
it's been
your
a
snap.
lot of horror movies. Cause
You know what movie I'm upset about that hasn't come out? Or at least not in America? Quintessential Quintuplets. When?
Oh, yeah.
When am I getting the movie?
I thought-
it was going to come out in May.
I
They
thought,
did say it was supposed to come out in the summer.
It came
this
out in
year.
Japan in
Yeah,
May.
it came out in Japan.
Yeah.
So speaking of the horror movies that we kept seeing, we were going to see 2 in one day.
We did.
And so the first one, because like I'll take a snap of just like the movie's title and like whatever. And so I took one, and during the first movie, during the previews, it was
The Menu.
The Menu, like another horror movie that's like coming out or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
Cannibal.
see that movie, we go get dinner. We're like, all right, cool. We're gonna go see the other one. We go into the other one. We go to see Pearl.
We saw Pearl first, and then we saw Barbarian
right.
after.
Pearl first, Barbarian after. We're in Barbarian sitting there, and I'm like,
Isn't
take
Pearl supposed to be the second
yeah.
one?
Prequel.
It's a
to
prequel
X.
though.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Great movie.
It was.
Mia Goth. Holy shit.
Mia Goth went, this movie's just gonna be my acting reel.
She had a 9-minute long monologue.
It
and
was incredible.
And
What
it
the
was
fuck?
no, it was spectacular. Like
Yeah.
we didn't even realize it was 9 minutes because we were just enraptured.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
She really went, the 2 scenes are going to be my entire acting reel, and I don't have to prove
Yeah.
anything else.
Insane.
But so during the second movie, I was like gonna take my picture for the thing and be like, oh, Barbarian. And Kieran goes, hold on. You gotta take the picture at the same time as the first
Yeah.
one. So it was during the menu,
It's
like
during
a
the
scene
menu.
for with Anya Taylor-Joy. And I was like, all right, so we're just sitting there while then the menu's preview comes up. I'm like, all right, we gotta get the right
knew
scene.
exactly where it was
Yeah.
too.
And pops up, take the picture, and we was doing this. He literally was holding up his phone for my snap so
Yeah.
I could get the side
Had
by
his,
side.
had his
Oh my
story though,
God.
so it was dead on. It was very close too.
And we were, for whatever reason, this was hilarious
That-
to
it
us, and
was
we were just
so
fucking
fucking
dying
funny.
about it.
It was so fucking funny, just because it was like, Pearl, barbarian.
Yeah.
It's like,
And nobody mentioned it. Nobody
No.
made a comment about it. Not
No.
it's
nobody.
okay. It was a joke for us.
It was.
As long as it made you guys happy,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Absolutely. But yeah,
Also, both of those movies made me very happy.
they were both
very good
really
movies.
good.
Oh, they're made by the same people, right?
No.
Oh.
No. Barbarian. No. So Pearl is a prequel to X,
Yeah,
which
Oh.
came out this year, but earlier this year.
came out in April
And then we're getting a third.
next year.
Yeah. Did they say that for a fact?
I mean, it's not coming out this year.
Dude, if it did,
Oh,
though.
Barbarian's the one where I saw a TikTok explaining it, not the whole thing, like just the premise saying go see this movie
Yeah.
where they like were trying to rent a house.
Yes.
And then
It's an
okay, yeah, yeah.
Airbnb.
So
Yeah,
we
gotcha.
both went into that movie basically not knowing anything
we
about
had
that
no idea.
movie.
I mean, we
Well,
knew
it was explaining
we
that I
knew
was
there
thinking
was a
about it,
tunnel.
and then I was like, no, it's too scary. I'm
Yeah.
not seeing
we
that.
knew there was a tunnel, and someone dies.
So
That's all we had.
I went into that movie knowing like nothing about it, and it still was not at all what I thought it was
No.
going to be.
It had some real like just left hooks.
There were really crazy narrative changes in that movie.
Yes.
The narrative like changed like 3 different times.
It had like three timelines.
And there were really creative camera changes
Yeah.
in like throughout those things. Whoever I forget the director for that movie, but they went fucking off. They were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yo, I got a vision, and we're fucking
That's
doing
true.
it."
That was one of the only movies I've seen that we had a POV shot,
Yeah,
and that was so weird
we had a first-person shot, and I was like,
because it was also like a
Interesting.
fisheye lens, which
Yeah.
was also just odd because nobody sees like that.
"Yeah,
except
you don't
except for
always-
fish,
You don't always see like that. I thought that was the norm.
because it was just
Yeah.
like he's holding like a knife and like a tape measure, and he's just like,
Yeah, tape measure.
yeah."
yeah, tape measure. Don't worry about it.
Is
Don't
he
worry
gonna
about it.
attack with that, or he was
Nah,
already?
don't worry about it.
Okay, whatever.
It's a really
Also-
stupid
also,
chain of events.
That guy is in movies again. Hell yeah.
He plays a great douchebag,
Yeah. I can never remember his name. Justin something.
Justin Long,
Yeah.
I
Justin
think.
Long.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Or he did a lot of those really shitty like young adult like teen movies where it's like Accepted. Like have you ever seen Accepted?
No.
The movie where he like fucked around in high school and he didn't get into any colleges, so he made up his own.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
South Harmon Institute of Technology, baby. Shit sandwiches.
Wait, were you here when we watched that, or were we watching that before Colin
No,
moved
I
out?
fucking love that movie.
No, I know, but were you there watching it with like all of us?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I think a bunch of us watched that movie recently for some reason.
No, that guy. He's also in Dodgeball. He's also in Jeepers Creepers.
Never seen either of those.
You ever seen Dodgeball?
Nope. There's a weird gap of my like movie history, with really random movies I haven't seen. But like,
There's one specific thing I'm looking because I think that's what
it's
he
not
said.
him.
I think it is.
I'm very excited for Maxine.
Yeah.
Mia Goth has proved she is incredible, and I'm in. Like,
Mia Goth. I told you after this, like, Mia Goth can get any role she wants.
sure could.
It
After
is
Pearl.
him. He's just not that into you. I just watched that. Well, I've seen it, but like
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I thought
do you
that was
think there'll
him.
be more nudity in Maxine or
Yes.
less than X?
I'm gonna
So
go
that's
with,
the
I'm gonna go with
porno
less.
horror
X
movie.
is the porno
X
Yeah,
is the
Rachel
porno
was telling me about that.
Pearl
That's
is
okay.
the
Yeah,
prequel.
she was
Very
saying, and I
good
got all my
movie also.
things
Yeah.
confused because I don't see them, but
X
I have
is
heard about all
also
of
a
these.
very good movie.
It is, but I like X more in terms of like what's going on, but Pearl in terms of like character is way stronger, I think.
And aesthetic.
Yeah. So with Pearl, I still need to read that article.
Yeah.
With Pearl, it looks like a Technicolor
Yeah.
movie, like like Wizard of Oz colorized. It
Mhm.
looks like that. So all the reds are really vibrant and like everything. Like they nailed the aesthetic really well. Also, every time
all the colors are really vibrant because it's literally like 3 different pieces of film, each in a different color. So it's red, green, and blue, and then when you layer them all on top of each other, that's Technicolor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's all extremely vibrant, which is super weird for a horror movie, but it's super cool looking.
And every time, so she rides a bike a few times in that movie. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
John's just making a joke.
How could
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, but no. So
She rides a bike.
So she rides a bike a few times in that movie, and every time she was riding a bike, I was like, "This bitch is about to like ride past Dorothy in a fucking like tornado and be like, I'm gonna get you."
Yeah, I sent you the article. It's literally the parallels of Pearl and The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
Because it's just, I read the whole thing and it was honestly,
Bless you.
hey,
Thank you.
can you not?
no.
Anyway, it's like it was just so fascinating because like there's a scarecrow in it. There's a whole thing about it.
There sure is a scarecrow in it.
A lucky ass scarecrow. Let me tell you,
Uh huh.
she fucks a scarecrow.
I was thinking it was something of
She sure does fuck a scarecrow.
in the middle of a cornfield.
Uh huh.
like Wizard of Oz scarecrow, but he's a man,
No,
or
no,
just
no,
like
nope,
No.
just a inanimate
Honestly,
scarecrow.
kind of a creepy ass scarecrow.
Sure was
Why?
creepy.
It almost looked like it was an actual corpse.
Never been so jealous of a scarecrow in my
Right.
life.
why does she do that?
because
Because she
because
does.
her husband is off to war.
Fighting war. Well, because this movie takes
That
place in
doesn't-
like
That
1918.
doesn't explain anything.
Yeah, she's horny.
But
She want to bang, and there's no one to
a
bang.
scarecrow, like I just
We can't tell you why because it's a part of the story.
She bangs a scarecrow.
That's
It
all
is
you
what
need
it
to
is.
know.
You got to accept the
Accept-
facts.
you can tell
Just
me after we
accept it at
stop
face value.
recording.
Sure.
Okay.
Very excited for Maxine though.
Yeah. So wait, yeah. So do you think there'll be more nudity than X in Maxine? Because there's less in Pearl because it's like a different time. So like it's the point.
X is entirely about like in the 70s how porno was becoming like super common and popular to like film and consume. Pearl is where they were still doing like the dance troupes, you know, and that was considered like your burlesque type of performance. That was the adult entertainment.
Yeah. So like it's
And
still
it's right before porno started being filmed.
Yeah. So like it's still about people being like or somebody wanting to do more like with their body and like whatnot, but like at a different time period. So where X there's a lot of nudity, there's not really any in Pearl that I can remember.
No, there's like none.
Yeah, so because it's just like it's still saying the same thing, but it's a different time, so you're not getting the.
But
like,
also,
the
it might have also been a creative choice to not because you know same thing as like movies at the time wouldn't show nudity.
right.
They did the fade to black when
Yeah.
I can't say.
Right. Yeah. But so I'm curious if you think that Maxine would have more.
I
or
think
less.
Maxine, she gets away from porno, so I would imagine not. Because the whole thing is that she just wants to be a star.
Right.
She just wants to be famous.
Yeah.
So she was doing porno. I'd imagine, you know, that'll probably be like she gets picked up by like an actual studio.
Right.
So
Yeah. They were if Maxine nails it, very few trilogies of horror movies ever nail it.
Only horror movie series I can think of that has 3 just killer movies, bangers.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead 3 is good because it's terrible.
I guess so.
Evil Dead 3 is a horrid movie. It's funny, but it's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, like I guess because Halloween 3 is not really
Halloween 3 is
Halloween.
bad.
Yeah.
Halloween 3 is infamous for being shitty.
Didn't even finish it.
Season of the Witch.
Didn't even finish it.
Yeah, didn't even finish it. You refuse to also because you're like, if I hear that goddamn jingle one more time.
There was a jingle in that movie that kept playing.
It kept
over
playing.
and over and over again. And how did we get like 30 minutes in?
We were almost done with the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there was a point where it just kept happening, and I was like, I swear to God, if it goes one more time, I'm turning it off. And it happened again. I went, fuck it, and I turned it off. I was like, I'm done.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's such a weird movie.
It really is. It's fucking
be.
strange.
Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 3 are good. 2 is not. A lot of people hate 2. I don't mind 2. It's gay.
Yeah.
It's very gay. A lot of man ass in that movie.
Yeah. I'm trying to. None are really coming to mind except for like Evil
Texas
Dead, but I also can't
Chainsaw
think of many
Massacre
trilogies
only
that,
has
like,
the
I've
first
seen.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, The Conjuring 3, I think, was the worst one, and people were like, eh. Paranormal Activity all kind of suck.
Yeah.
The Exorcist has only the one movie that's good.
Yeah. Which one did we see? Emily
Poltergeist.
Rose.
Oh,
We watched the original too, but was it Emily of the Exorcist of Emily?
yeah,
Emily
The
Rose?
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
What a wild movie that was.
Yeah,
Just
doesn't
like-
have a sequel.
Yeah, just wild. Though. No, I just mean like it came to mind, but yeah.
and
so,
I don't consider Jordan Peele's for that either because it's not all the same timeline.
Oh well.
Jordan Peele has 3 very good movies, but they're not the same timeline.
So it doesn't count.
It does not count.
Well, I mean, but like
Because it's a
But what
series.
about like the Cornetto trilogy? They have nothing to do with each other, but they're considered a trilogy.
I don't even know what that is.
The Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and World's End. Those 3 movies, they're considered a trilogy without being connected at all.
I don't.
They all have
know.
the same actors, but
I mean, I don't know why.
so
I mean, why is it considered a trilogy?
technically they all have a different colored cornetto related to them. Shaun of the Dead has a red one, Hot Fuzz has a blue one, and World's End has a green one.
That sounds kind of like a stretch.
That's just like that's why they're called that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. It still wouldn't be considered a series because that implies a series implies that it's all a continuous story. Same characters.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel like if it's, I don't know. I feel like
If the only connecting thing is a changing color.
No, they literally yeah, like there's nothing connecting them at all.
No,
but they
yeah.
are still, but they are considered a trilogy. Like you can buy a box set of the Cornetto trilogy, but they have nothing to do with each other.
I mean, I could buy a box set of 8 random doll movies. I know because I have one.
Right.
They're not all connected. The only connection there is that they're dolls.
But
I wouldn't still call them.
But like if people call
a series.
the also I don't really think Us was all that good.
You're in the minority.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I saw
But-
that.
A lot of
You
people
saw
actually.
Us? Why'd you see Us?
A lot of people
watched it on the
actually
plane.
don't like Nope.
Nope was great.
A lot of people just didn't like
I
it.
didn't see that.
They didn't like it as much.
Nope was awesome. It wasn't even really that scary, but it was great.
We've already established that. We're 25. We shouldn't be getting scared of movies.
Well, yeah, but people do. But like,
Me.
yeah. But I didn't
That's
think
fine.
Us was good.
You're the
really.
best kind of person to go see horror movies with. I would love to go see a horror movie with you.
Should we start inviting you to the horror
I'm not
movies?
gonna go.
Why not?
We'll buy
Like,
your ticket.
The more you watch, the better you'll get at it.
No, I only.
What if we paid for your ticket every time?
No, I only see.
and dinner.
And dinner.
I only see horror movies if they're like so far fetched.
He'll buy your ticket. I'll buy Ryan's ticket. You can bring Ryan too.
Oh my god.
I've never met Ryan.
That they're like.
And we'll pay for dinner for you.
Yeah, Ryan.
just
Ryan's a
doesn't
grown
get
man.
it.
He
He's a
can pay for
grown
his own
ass
food.
man. He can buy his own fucking food.
But we will pay for him to go with you as moral support.
I see.
And your cat.
I can bring my cat.
You can bring me.
Only one cat.
One cat.
I have to make the choice.
It has to be
She's
the
not
same
saying
cat.
yes yet.
She's not.
Yeah,
saying
because I'm telling you, I only see horror movies if they're like so far fetched that like I can't be scared because I know that like it
A murderer
can't
that goes
happen.
into your dreams and kills you in your dreams isn't far fetched enough for you.
Hey, that's based in realism.
But
Yeah.
but
He was a
I,
pedophile.
that doesn't mean that I won't have nightmares about it. Like, but that's the only. I don't know. That's like
I
the
don't
only
even
way.
dream, let alone have nightmares.
You
Okay,
do, you
well,
just
I
don't
have
remember.
lots of nightmares on my own. Like, just by myself, I already have that. So, like, I
The
don't need to
most
make
I
it
ever
worse.
dream is
should
like
go to a
stress-related dreams.
I should, but not just because of that. But yeah, I
went to
don't
a
know.
therapist for a while. It's a good time.
Everyone should go to a
Therapy.
Everyone, go to a therapist.
Yeah.
Even if you don't feel like you need it, go to a therapist.
And if you don't think you need it, you probably do.
Yeah. I feel
I'm
like
not outing myself or anything.
I feel like every single person could benefit from therapy. So
I mean,
Probably.
therapy doesn't work for everyone. It's not for everyone, but like everyone should at least try it.
I don't know. I used to say that.
I think you just need a different
You
therapist.
need to find a person that you mesh
Yeah.
with pretty well.
I agree. But going off lists of horror movies that I've seen,
I'm excited.
it's not that many. I've seen
One hand, two hands.
Rubber.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I haven't seen Rubber.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, those are the only ones. It's just like
Yeah.
really
They're far-fetched
old ones.
enough.
Really campy
Yeah.
movies.
I feel like any Stephen King movie you could probably watch because they're all
So
A,
I've
bad.
seen-
I don't know. The Shining.
I've seen
Okay.
both It's,
With like the old one
the
and
new
the
ones.
Oh,
like
new
the
ones.
two
Two
new
new
ones.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really
I
like
liked
'em.
the first chapter. I thought it was great.
the first chapter I thought was
Second
stronger than the
chapter.
second.
Second chapter was weak.
I saw the first one with Colin and Eamon, and Colin screamed. Actually, audibly yelled. It was
like
really funny. I was really scared.
Are you gonna watch
And then-
Hellraiser with us?
No. No.
That's far-fetched also. It's about the fucking,
BDSM demons.
Yeah, alternate dimension demons that come when you open a box.
Maybe. I'll think about it. What else have I seen?
box.
Uh,
came.
I saw The Boy, but I was forced to go see that.
Sucks.
But I made it okay because I was like, my walls are not big enough for someone to live in. So
Spoiler
I
alert
did-
for The Boy.
like, sorry.
Spoiler for Cat's room.
Yeah.
Not big enough to live in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's like I don't have secret tunnels in the walls, so.
That you know of.
Yeah, they wouldn't be very secretive now, would they?
Now we're gonna make her freak.
But
freak
like,
her out.
no, because I literally know that there's not because the walls are okay. Whatever. You can literally go to the other side of the wall, like you.
Yeah, that's how doors work.
Not the
You can
door,
just
the
go
wall.
around.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I've seen
Idiot.
The Orphan.
Really? The
Yeah.
Orphan?
Yeah, The Orphan.
And you didn't go see The Orphan First Kill? It was in theaters.
No, I didn't even.
I think
know
it's
that.
still in theaters.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It just came out.
Oh.
Could be.
What is that with? I think her name's Brittany Snow. Prom Night. Is that it?
Prom Night, classic. Classic.
That was the first ever horror movie I ever watched.
Prom Night?
Prom Night.
Wild.
It was probably a slasher for me. Or no, Jaws probably. My mom watches Jaws like religiously. That's
I
considered a
haven't
horror movie,
I
right?
haven't seen Jaws.
Suspense.
No. Then probably a slasher.
I think my first one was
Krampus.
Friday
I saw
the-
Krampus. I saw Krampus.
Fuck yeah.
Why you like Krampus?
Fuck yeah, I love Krampus.
So
that movie is terrible, but it's just so fascinating on its own.
What's the horror movie with the kids that go to the grandparents?
The Visit.
Yeah, I saw that.
With like the shit in the basement or
It's
whatever.
the
Yeah.
Never saw
they're
it.
supposed to have like man, what is it called? It's like sundown something.
Isn't it sundowning?
Is it just called sundowning?
Well, sundowning is just like the turn of phrase where they're like going crazy. Or no, sorry, but like it
It's-
has dementia
It is an
Alzheimer's or
early
something.
set of dementia. I think it is dementia.
Crazy was not
Where-
the word I meant to say. It just came
Where
out.
when the sun goes down, they go. They go batshit crazy. At least
Yeah.
in this movie, they go batshit crazy. But yeah, that's The Visit.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't have grandparents.
It's alright.
So that one's far.
I don't have
Just come
grandparents.
see
I didn't
movies
have
with
to
us.
worry about it.
I
My
don't-
grandparents are already dead. I don't give a fuck.
What else?
Just come see movies with us.
Yeah.
No.
No, it'll be a great time.
Yeah, the what
feel
I
like
mean, like
that's
the Pearl is about in something that happens in 1918. What's gonna happen to you then? They're gonna be still alive.
She's gonna get chopped up by an axe and fed to an alligator. She goes to Florida a lot.
All of once at least.
I went twice last year.
Alright,
I had to go
twice.
for a work trip. I
Oh,
might
yeah,
be
I forgot
going
about
this
that.
year too again.
Although,
that sucks.
I think I'm out of horror movies.
oh, really?
Oh, I haven't seen the end of Get Out. Like I have 10 minutes left. I just my plane ended. And so I-
Okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say, like, did you write down the timestamp?
No,
and you were like, all
the
right, I'll
plane-
get back to
the
this.
plane ended, and it was such bullshit
plane
because
ended.
because we
The,
the plane landed.
the plane just stopped.
and it's like, and we're here.
just floating in the air.
the plane landed.
A few thousand miles in the air.
But it was such bullshit because we had to sit on the runway for so long, but they weren't running like the movies anymore. So like
Did you
I just
like it?
yeah, but I just couldn't finish it. See, that's like something far fetched.
Yeah, because you're white.
That's true. That's not the part I was thinking about, but that's true too.
Yeah, as long as you're white, you're fine.
I was thinking
Unless
more.
you're doing that.
I was thinking
then
more
I'd be more
about
concerned.
all the hypnosis and all of that.
I guess.
So. But that's also a good point.
So seriously, if we pay for a movie ticket for you
Please.
and dinner, you wouldn't come.
I will.
I'm not that desperate for a meal. Like, why do you think that's like,
it's more for our entertainment and to make you better at horror movies.
Yeah, exposure therapy.
But the thing is,
Plus, we go to so many bad theaters. At least if we have someone screaming out of terror, it would make them shut up. At least maybe.
Yeah.
but the thing is, I don't scream when I'm scared. I'm like a deer in headlights. Like,
So it's fine.
Yeah, like you're not gonna see
honestly
anything.
even better.
Yeah.
It's way funnier.
Also,
for
I
that.
have never had so many bad theater experiences than I have this year.
Oh, people are just
We went to
assholes.
the theater so many times this year already.
But
No,
like,
I
I went
just
to the
feel
theater for
deadass,
every
I
movie
think
that
we've
came out an
spent-
entire
I just
semester.
think after COVID,
spent,
people
like,
don't know how to act.
$800 on
Probably.
movie tickets.
But like in Waco, I went to the movie literally like almost every day for a year. I saw every movie that came out.
yeah,
And
because it was $7.
it was fine.
Fuck yeah,
But it's
dude.
also Waco, so
$7 for
Yeah.
a movie ticket.
Well,
That
they
shit's
AMC
baller.
used to have like $6 movie days, and I used to see lots of movies in that like year or two period.
I used to
They
jump
do
movies.
they do have like the discount.
Yeah,
for,
but they
like,
have to choose
early
the
in
movie,
day.
don't they?
Yeah.
No, it's just time based.
Hmm.
I used to
No, I
jump
think they
movies. I'd buy one ticket and then spend a day just jumping theaters. Theater hopping.
Tisk.
What an asshole.
It's fucked up.
I'd pay for the movie that I wanted to see
It's fucked
and
up.
then support
fucked
that
up.
one, and then all the others I'd just go
It's
jump
fucked
around.
up.
Arrest him.
Yeah.
Arrest him.
Arrest him.
Yeah.
So anyway, you should come. You should come.
I don't know.
You should at least come watch Hellraiser with us.
Because like
We're
maybe,
literally-
maybe.
We're
We're-
gonna do it in
it's
here.
Maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't get a theater release. It's coming out on Hulu, and literally, I think everyone is coming over to watch it.
Because my thing is, I can watch them, but I just know there's consequences. So like that's why I don't watch them, and because also.
But if you see enough fucked up shit, you'll stop having nightmares about it.
no,
I
that's
will,
not how
I
that
will
works.
just let you know when we're going to the movies,
Okay.
and every time we'll just be like, "You want to go?"
Okay, that's fine, and then I'll decide.
Cool, 'cause
I
I'll
will
forget
not.
if you wanna
I
do
will
that.
not for like because I want to go see Terrifier 2, and that movie.
I saw the.
You would not want to see.
I saw the horror movie. Was it like Countdown? Countdown? Was that what it is? There was like they had an app that, and then when like the countdown hit 0, they died.
Yeah,
Yeah. I saw that.
it was like an app. Is a very stupid.
A death
Yeah.
game kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
it's like it's one
was
of the
like
ones
software.
where
And they couldn't delete
Was it like a ripoff of that movie where they had the numbers in their arm and like the rich people lived forever
no
kind of shit?
No, it's not. It's not that.
I've heard of that.
What
I
it
can't
is
think of what
is
that is.
it's
That
one of
movie had
those-
trailers coming out forever in random 2000 era, and I've never seen it. Don't know what it's called.
I've also
know
heard of
nothing
that.
about it, but I know for a fact that it's 2000s era trailer
Yeah.
in my brain with somebody like looking at their arm. They have numbers, and they're like, "The rich live forever," and that's it. Like nothing else.
I
No,
feel like I
it's-
know how that ends. Like I literally think I know
I'm
the
sure
ending.
he like topples the fucking government or whatever.
I think someone
Eat the
gives
rich.
him his timer.
I'm sure.
I think. I don't know. Why does that in my head?
But
Because I
that-
definitely haven't seen this shit.
Countdown.
Trailers.
If it's even called Countdown, I didn't see it either. I know what movie you're talking about.
I saw that. It wasn't scary.
But it came out in that like time frame where ghosts and technology were put together.
I think it was before
like-
COVID.
like the
Yeah, it was
unfriended
pre-COVID
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just so many where it's
Oh,
just
I've
like,
seen that.
You've seen Unfriended?
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw.
What was it, The Search or something? Was that also a horror movie, or was that just a movie that was from all screens and wasn't actually scary?
What is The Search?
I saw Happy Death Day.
I also I didn't see the sequel.
I didn't see the sequel.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
There
Yeah.
sure was. All I remember about Happy Death Day was that I thought it was actually kind of interesting, and that she was naked at one point.
It's Groundhog
She
Day,
was?
but with murder.
Yeah. She decides that she's like, fuck it, and the day's gonna repeat anyway, so I'm just gonna walk around campus naked.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's hot.
That was in the trailer.
Yeah. And I was like, cool. I don't. And then I never saw the second one.
All right, titties. Moving on.
Yeah. I don't know if you even actually saw anything.
No.
I feel like I've
Probably
actually seen more random horror movies, but I just can't think
How
of
about
them.
Sadako versus Kayako?
Oh God, Jesus Christ! I own that movie.
God tier movie.
I own
It's
that movie.
very funny because he did buy it for like $15.
I thought that they were the same person for a long time.
That's fair. Fair enough.
Their names are Sadako.
But I didn't know their names.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. I didn't even know about Kayako
That's
until
fair.
I actually found out that they were different people because of the Dead by Daylight Trapper.
from two-
Chapter.
Trapper.
Sure.
The Trapper told her. He's
I-
rich.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I found out because of that. Because I think so she is or isn't the ring girl?
Sadako?
Sadako
Yeah.
is.
Sadako is the ring girl.
And then what's the other one's the Grudge?
Yes.
Kayako's-
I've
Okay,
never seen
yeah.
The Grudge.
And so my friend
haven't.
Ellie is scared of the Grudge girl and not the ring girl, but I thought they were the same person, and that's when he told me. He was like, those
No.
are literally different people.
Sadako haunts a videotape,
Mm-hmm.
and Kayako haunts a house.
Videotapes in a house, so
That's what the movie's
That's
about.
in the
That's
movie.
what Sadako
That
vs.
is
Kayako
literally
is
what it is
about.
about.
Because
Spoilers.
one is getting haunted by Sadako, one's getting haunted by the Grudge. By
all in the
Kayako.
same house.
No, it's like
two
they-
separate people. They
this
meet up.
shaman deadass is like, we're gonna make them fight. And,
That'll solve our problem.
They'll destroy each other, and everyone was like, yeah. And so
Also,
they
this
both-
movie
they
ignores
both
the
get-
rules of
They absolutely
both
ignore
of
the
them.
rules of
So-
especially
One of them-
especially Sadako. Like the ring, they're like, you have 2 days. It's like,
One
Also-
of them's the phone call, right?
yes.
yeah,
Except the
that's still the ring.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, the shaman to solve every problem, which isn't in the regular movie. But to solve every problem, the shaman just goes.
Yeah, dude. No, he was doing so many stupid fucking like hand gestures. He's like,
And he would always end it with like a flare.
and then he goes, and then they go, ah!
But so, they ignore basically everything about how Sadako works.
Yeah.
But there's two people being haunted by both. So,
Well, 2 people haunted by one of
yeah,
each.
one of
How
each.
do
and
they
then they
meet each
both-
other?
They both talk
Casual?
to a shaman.
They both
Oh.
end up. They just
Grocery
both end
shop
up
Well,
there.
it's because
You
like
haunted?
the shaman,
Yeah.
the shaman has like a psychic child
Okay.
with him, which just sounds very incriminating.
yeah.
Who's
Who's blind?
He has a special child
Who's
that
blind?
he carried, the blind special child that he totes
Interesting.
everywhere.
Totes.
But literally,
Little tote bag.
he
Little
he
boy.
gets both of them into the Grudge house, and then she has the girl that's haunted by Kayako, the Grudge, watches the videotape. So she has
Because-
both curses.
Yeah, because
And
then
then-
the girl that's being haunted by Sadako goes into the house, which means she gets,
automatically means she gets
yeah.
cursed.
And then the Grudge person watches the tape, so that Sadako goes after her.
Yeah.
And so then both
So
of
then
them
they
appear.
have to fight each
Yeah.
other for who gets to kill both.
And the way this movie, first of all, none of the fights are good
No.
or interesting in any way, shape, or form.
No, nothing.
Are they
but
just like punching
No,
each other?
fun
Like,
fact,
what do
they don't fight.
No,
They
not
just creepily walked around each other towards the 2 girls.
Just eyeing
seems
each
like,
other up.
Seems like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They
They're
were
like,
just-
this is the closest one. So the Grudge girl's like, and then
Sadako's just like,
and Sadako just like she just floats. She just looks down and she just floats.
so how they solve the problem, quote unquote, is there's a well out back, which apparently is
Is the
Sadako's
ring
well.
well.
Apparently,
At the
convenient.
same house?
Yeah, at the house.
same house.
Okay.
Which is fucking stupid.
And also just insanely convenient that
Yeah.
somehow that's anyway. So they're like, all right, we're gonna trap them in the well, and so they're like, but we need someone to sacrifice themselves.
Someone has to be bait.
So one of the girls that's being possessed is like, I'll be the bait. So she stands on top of the well. The 2 of them like are on other sides, and then just start rushing her from either side. She drops down into the well. They both jump in after her, or sorry, they collide.
They collide.
and like.
And then
fuse
yeah.
into this weird
They
glob
fuse into
of-
a blob.
into this blob like
Hideous
massive
blob.
form, and then they fall down the well, and then they
Kill
put this-
her.
Yeah, they kill her, and then they put this like talisman thing
Yeah,
over the well
they put
to
a
like
blessed,
to
cover
seal them
over
in
it.
the well. But
This is the
So
second
it's
time we've
Sadako's
talked about
well,
this movie.
but she's not bound to the well in the first
No.
place?
no, Sadako's never bound. to the
Sadako
well.
just comes out of the well.
yeah.
Mm.
So
because the videotape is like it shows her coming out of the
yeah,
well.
she was just killed in
then
the
she'll
well.
come through.
But
the
she
TV.
she's not bound to it. So put the talisman thing over the well, and he's like, "We did it!" And then yeah,
We did it.
and then of course it didn't work.
And then it breaks open.
So it breaks open because when they like formed that mass of like blobular skin and
Yeah.
whatnot. they instead found how to perfectly fuse into one creature.
Yeah.
I don't remember its name.
Sayako.
That just floats out. And now it's the Grudge and Sadako as like a perfect being, and then
Yeah.
it just murders everybody.
And then it ends, and you see a new film.
Oh yeah.
And it's so fucking stupid because the Kayako, the Grudge girl, she crawls like that, like they had a contortionist do it.
Yeah.
But Sadako floats. So
she
it's the
crawling
top
and
half
floating?
of Kayako. So her arms are crawling, but her legs are just floating.
Yeah, so she floats, but does
she
this.
floats and
That's
does this.
so
and you're like,
stupid.
yeah, we laughed so hard. We're like, what the fuck?
Also,
She could have been crawling and floating. Like,
Yeah,
why did they choose to do half and half?
She's vertical and doing this, and you're like, what the
That's
fuck?
not scary.
It's so stupid. It's such an awful movie. Also, like among all the other things that they don't get right about the Ring Girl, because they needed to stretch her rules to make any of this work.
Yeah.
The videotape also isn't even. She doesn't even crawl out of a well. She comes
Yeah,
out of a door.
That's right. I think it. Yeah.
So like she doesn't crawl out of
She
the
doesn't
well
come
in
out
the
of a well
videotape.
anymore.
First of
She
all,
comes
it's
out of
also
a
only like
door.
2 days. But then at one point somebody watches the tape and she just crawls out immediately and kills them.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, they don't even get 2 days.
Yeah, it literally-
She pops into me. She's like, "You're fucked."
so like they ignore everything about her. But the video is
She
like
had a bad
it's,
day.
it's like a warehouse and she just
I
walks
forgot
out of a
about that.
door.
It is totally just an abandoned warehouse. You just watch it, and the door just goes, and then
then-
she just floats out.
Yeah, and then she just floats
You're
out
like,
and then just appears in front of the screen, like right next to it. And you're just like, but why though? Like you could have still kept the well. Like they had a well later in the movie. You could have just shot it again there.
Maybe they didn't want you to think about the well until later.
The videotape might be copyrighted because it's the same. They had to change it for the American version as well.
She goes out of a well.
Interesting.
No, I know she comes out of a well, but the rest of the imagery is different.
Gotcha. Yeah, but either way, awful movie. You could watch that one with us. I own it. Let me get my
okay.
money's worth, and you can
I'm
watch it with
good.
us.
Yeah,
That's
he,
okay.
he spent $15 to get this piece of shit movie, and then I got Shudder, the subscription service, and it's on Shudder.
Sure is.
I'm okay, thanks.
Sure is.
Which is even funnier because Anthony has Shudder, and we watched that movie with Anthony.
Sure did.
Could have just logged into Shudder.
Anyway, hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, listen, follow. Don't forget to check out Anthony at Super Milkshake on YouTube, Cat at Cat the Moonstar on
I'm
Twitch.
doing my first sponsored stream today.
Are you
Today?
selling out? Hell yeah!
Selling out
Today.
today. Are
Don't
you guys
forget
gonna
to
use
don't
my
forget to
link?
don't forget to plug us.
Okay. I don't think that's
she can't.
It's our own content.
Nah, she can't. She's sponsored.
I do have to read the rules before I.
If you can
Start.
plug us. Well, no, because
But
technically
it
when she's
doesn't-
signing off, she can be like, also check me out at these places.
But it doesn't matter anyway. It's just my normal stream. I'm just streaming their game with their like overlay, and I need people.
yeah, but you could
to
plug us.
click my. Okay, sure.
Don't
yeah.
say anything bad about the game, even it's a real piece
It's
of
actually
shit.
so I started reading the
What's the game?
Raid
Technically-
Shadow Legends.
Yeah, she's
Check
selling
them.
out. She is
Use
selling
my
out.
link at
She's
Cat the
getting the
Moonstar.
Raid Shadow Legends money.
A
A monkey can get that sponsor.
We haven't yet. I guess we're below a monkey.
It's because we don't. Yeah. Well, we are.
I also had HelloFresh and Factor offer me, but that seems too hard because you have to get people to actually sign up
Yeah.
to get money from them. But you can make up to like $2,500. So like obviously that sounds great, but like I don't think I can actually get people to pay for this food subscription.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it sounds like too much. I can get people to play a tutorial. So but fuck, was it? Oh, I was starting to read like the rules, and I was like, oh, I'll read it right before I stream so I remember it.
Yeah, be careful. I don't know if can you read the rules out loud?
I'm
You're
not
allowed-
reading. I'm just saying one of.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's what I'm
using-
saying. I don't know if you're allowed to disclose what you have to do.
All right, I'll tell you guys after.
Yeah. Anyway, and you have 4 more weeks to watch Trigun for Anime Club. So don't forget to do that. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. Bye.